There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
Sing is a new film by Illumination Animation. We get a new Illumination Entertainment film, and it stars Matthew McConaughey, it stars Scarlett Johansson, it stars Seth MacFarlane. All kinds of crazy stars in this movie that it would take me way too long to mention them all. And this movie is basically another world where animals act like humans, similar to Zootopia, but in this movie it's about Matthew McConaughey, who plays this koala, and he's sort of trying to start this singing competition. All kinds of people audition for this. He picks certain people to do the competition, and there's a prize money involved, and they all have to audition for this, and they have to practice singing and stuff, and yay! That's basically the plot of this movie. So guys, going into Sing, I was curious. I will say I was curious, because Illumination, the only really good movies that they put out are the first two Despicable Me movies. Every other movie, like Minions, and especially the Lorax and Hop, Secret Life of Pets, I heard wasn't good. All their other movies besides that are awful, usually. A lot of failures have happened from Illumination since Despicable Me. Like the company was only a one-hit wonder with those two first Despicable Me movies. Going into Sing, I was thinking I had like a 50-50 chance of liking this or hating this movie, because Illumination screws up a lot, but also the trailers seem like it could be a fun movie, and I'm happy to say that I actually did have a lot of fun with Sing. This was a solid, good movie. It's not a great movie, it's just a fun time with some enjoyable characters and some enjoyable jokes that you can enjoy in this movie. It's not a great movie at all, it's just a really fun time. That's basically what you're gonna get out of Sing. Kids can enjoy this movie and adults won't want to hurt themselves while watching this movie. Let's start off with the positives first. Now, the animation does look really good. The animation is really nice, it looks very good and stuff and all that. It's a cliche to say. You all know the animation's gonna look good. I mean, it's Illumination, their animation quality is very good. A lot of the characters, despite being very cliche, were good, enjoyable characters. I liked a lot of the characters in this movie, like Matthew McConaughey as this koala character who had a lot of dreams about doing this whole theater production thing. I enjoyed him in this movie. I enjoyed Scarlett Johansson's prickle... what? What am I saying? I enjoyed Scarlett Johansson's Porcupine, who plays this like moody teen. There's also this elephant that I kind of related to because she has this anxiety problem. She's not comfortable with singing. John C. Reilly was good as the sheep character. There's also Mama Pig who is good. These characters are all cliche, but I couldn't find them hateable. I enjoyed each of the characters, but the one that stood out beyond all the others was the one I was looking forward to the most. Seth MacFarlane as Mike the Mouse. This character was so awesome. Guys, honestly, this is the thing I took away from this movie. When I was done watching Sing, I was just thinking about how awesome Seth MacFarlane's Sinatra Mouse was, because this character was the best character in the whole movie. He was funny, he was enjoyable, he also goes through a character arc later in this movie. I mean, yeah, he's a greedy, selfish jerk of a character, but he was so much fun, and Seth MacFarlane did such a good job voicing him, and his singing voice is great. Seth MacFarlane is actually one of my favorite singers ever. And this mouse was basically a mouse version of Frank Sinatra, which was so cool to see. Honestly, he's probably one of my favorite characters of the year. I want this guy to get his own movie. I want to, like, get posters of Mike the Mouse because this character was so much fun. I love this guy. The humor in this movie is also good a lot of the time. There's a lot of references to singing and different musical things in this movie, and a lot of it is really good, especially from Mike's character. I thought he was the funniest, and like I said, the shining point of this movie, and a lot of things were actually funny in this movie. There is a lot of jokes that don't work, which I'll get into in the flaws, but I definitely felt like there were a lot that did work, and I laughed a lot in this movie. I mean, like I said, Sing isn't a great movie. This movie is generic, it's predictable, it goes through a lot of beats that other movies do in general, like animated movies. You can predict literally everything that's gonna happen in this movie. Everything's pretty much a cliche, it's generic, but that honestly wasn't a huge problem for me, because I felt like a movie like this could be generic, because it was a simple, fun movie. That's all it was trying to be. It was just trying to be a fun, harmless movie that can be enjoyable for families. And this movie, I didn't expect anything great going into. The fact that this movie was actually good is what surprised me. But that definitely is a thing that kept it from being a great movie. There isn't really a deep message with this movie at all either. It's just a simple, fun movie that's just meant to be enjoyed. There's nothing deep about it. There's nothing that's gonna really stick with you. It's just a fun time that you can just enjoy. That's basically all Sing really is. It's just a harmless, fun movie. But also my biggest issue with Sing though is that this movie did feel a bit overlong. I felt like this movie could have been a lot shorter. It was reaching the length of 2 hours actually, which I was like, okay, you can shave off some time. That's a bit of longness. This movie doesn't need to be that long. It's a little bit too long for my taste. I felt like they could have shaved off some time, and sometimes, yes, it does feel slow, because they do try to flesh out all the characters, which I did appreciate, but I felt like they did a little bit too much of that, and I felt like the time of this movie could have been shaved off a little bit. But overall, Sing is a pretty enjoyable movie. It has good characters, even if they are cliches, characters that you're gonna enjoy in this movie, especially Mike the Mouse, and it's able to have some good humor and good musical references that will definitely be very likable for music fans. If you're a person that loves music, this is a movie you should see, because this movie reeks of it. It's all musical references. That's this entire movie. But overall, it is a fun time, and for that, I'm gonna give Sing a B. I didn't expect anything great from this movie, so the fact that it was actually good was refreshing. So guys, if you like my review of Sing, be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and be sure to check out my other videos and stuff. And I'm gonna have a review for Passengers, and I'm hopefully gonna have a rant on The Choice, which I saw and I hated so much, but I'm gonna have a rant on that, and bye-bye now.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.